Welcome to Simon no Channel Man, Simon's living room. For anybody that may be there or may be watching after the event, doesn't appear to be anybody in comments at the moment. I shall hope people will turn up. I'm just having my usual wine and cheese. Yes, turned out to be a rather windy day today. In which case, I shall. Obviously, I am not outside. I did arrange a system whereby I could go out and do a live stream outside, but the weather is just not being helpful. Not a good idea to go out in wind and rain. Don't know what it's doing where you are, but here the wind is terrible. You would just hear total wind noise, and my hair would be a mess. So how's everybody doing? If anybody is there, if anybody is watching. I did, as I said in the advert, make a good attempt, largely due to my good friend Mandy in New York, to find a guest. And she came up with a friend of hers, professional guitar player from Kawasaki. And I contacted him and we had a chat. But it turns out he's very busy. He would quite like to be on the show, and I shall be sending him questions. And hopefully this year sometime, in not too distant future, he will be a guest on the show. And I will be able to interact. But as it is, there's not a great deal going on. So this could be one of the shortest live streams I've ever done, unless somebody turns up in comments. I don't see anybody. Is there something happening around the world today? Usually a few people turn up. It's unusual for Frederick, for example, not to appear. And Nosh abroad said he would try and stay awake, and me Dibble was busy, but he possibly would show up. Zach's out at a birthday party. I'm stuck here, inside. I could talk about the books I've been reading today. I've been reading books. Do that quite a lot, actually. And got a book on about existence, an existential philosophical book from the library about the nature of existence, the nature of the self. It's very slow reading and not very exciting. So as a compliment to that, I got a book on Ryokan, who apparently is a very popular Zen Buddhist monk and poet from the late 18th and early 19th century, more popular than most Zen monks and poets, beloved by the Japanese. Yasunari Kawabata said he was, well, to paraphrase him, that he was projected the soul of Japan. But anyway, yes, I've been reading a book in Dutch about him. And what interested me about him particularly? Hey, Janina, nice to see you. I'm just waffling on about Zen Buddhist monk and poet Ryokan, because at an advanced age, as a recluse or a hermit monk, he met a Zen Buddhist nun. Hi, Nosh. You did make it. You're still awake. And by the name of Teishin. Are you awake? Yes, it's a dream. This is relevant, actually. Hey, Ninjaroo. Oh, that's a long time ago, Ninjaroo. Nice to see you. Yes, I'm talking Zen Buddhist monk, poet Ryokan, a late 18th and early 19th century. Very popular and beloved in Japan, apparently. And what intrigued me about him was that apart from being a recluse and not having a temple dedicated to him or anything like that, he was very modest and very down to earth. Lived to a ripe old age, and being a Zen Buddhist monk, you have your vows, and you're not supposed to be worldly and so on. But he was visited by a Buddhist nun, a Zen Buddhist nun called Taishin, and they fell in love and exchanged love poems. Not particularly sort of extraordinary, other than the fact that he was about 70 and she was about 28. So it can happen. So, so those of you in the audience who are advancing in years, don't give up. Become a hermit and wait, and you will be visited upon by the love of your life. If only. So I shall move to this is actually the hermit's hut. It is a reconstruction of Ryokan's hut. He was from I think Niigata prefecture, and this is a reconstruction of his hut made in 1914. But obviously he lived there in the 1830s. And this scribbly writing here, this is actually from dewdrops on a lotus leaf, which is the title that Teishin gave to the compilation of Ryokan's poetry that she compiled after his death. I mean, they only fell in love when he was 70, and 3 years later he died, unfortunately. So that was the end of, and she had to deal with that. But she compiled his poems together and published them in 1835. I have a poem of. I'm jumping the gun here, but this is the poem she wrote when she met him. I mean, I just feel it resonates with me. It's not in Japanese. I mean, I spent the past hour searching for the Japanese version of this. If anybody in the audience knows the Japanese version of "Sweet Dream" by the nun Teishin, please message me. I'd be interested to see it. But here is her poem, having first met Ryokan. Having met you thus for the first time in my life, I still cannot help thinking it but a sweet dream, lasting yet in my dark heart. Hey, Dibble, you made it. Thank you. Yes, we're just, and you too. Yes, I have dedicated followers, just like Drew and Shinichi. I'm quite jealous of Shinichi. I was watching him this morning in the treetop restaurants in Singapore. Looked a bit warm though. I should have a meetup, like see how many people turn up. So, audience, let's talk about love. And anybody in the audience, tell me who was their first and strongest love, without compromising your current significant other, or perhaps your current significant other is your first and strongest love. Hang on, I'll just get rid of this poem. Not family. Not family. Your first and strongest love. Well, generally, with a bit of luck, from your first and most significant love, or your lasting love, family will be produced. the result of that initial love. Your high school teacher, Janina. Mm. I'm trying to think if there was a rather attractive maths teacher. I seem to remember. I can't remember her name because I was only about 12 at the time. It keeps unsubscribing you from Drew's channel. It thinks you're a robot. You have to convince them you're not a robot. Everybody probably gets 3 chances at a soulmate. I probably flick 2 off in traffic. Yes, be careful who you insult from behind the steering wheel. So, Janina, do you actually remember the name of this high school teacher? Love is always in the air. And I'm not singing. In every sight and every sound. That's it. That's it. That's the limit. It's interminable. Mm. I did have a book in Dutch about Ryokan, and had some more poetry. And he didn't just write love poems to the nun. He wrote some rather good haiku poetry. Jake Nicol. Okay. Food. Yes. This is the man who wants to keep pigs and chickens. The pigs and chickens are all innocent. Way! He likes us. How do we get onto that? Hmm. I shall now. I was trying to get music. In my advert, I had music playing, and that was on my PlayStation in the background while I recorded the video. I'm using the same monitor, so I can't do that. You still see him occasionally. That must be sort of difficult. Hey, Tomo. It's not raining too much in Shikoku, is it? I mean, I keep seeing stuff on Facebook for Western Japan being sort of people having to evacuate Hiroshima and stuff because of torrential rains. But I mean, that's not too far from you. Well, let's go here. There we are. This is just my favorite place. This is my favorite place in Tokyo. Again, from about 2 weeks ago by some chappie with a GoPro or whatever. It's not raining. Hmm. And the clouds have parted above Dibble's head. Breakfast was several hours ago. I'm just having bread and cheese and wine. It's my usual. I can't be bothered to cook anything. Saturday lunch. Ah, Hmm. Right, excuse me. Which red wine? Oh, I'm back on the Californian. Sunset Creek. A smooth, elegant Cabernet Sauvignon, capturing the true spirit of California. True spirit of California. I'm not quite sure. Nosh, what's the true spirit of California? Oh, you could always drink wine in the evening as well, Tomo. Grab yourself a glass. It's about 1:45 in the afternoon. You don't like grape wine? There's always elderberry wine. All kinds of like fruits. Avocado toast is the spirit of California. Okay. Mm, German white wine. The first wine I ever enjoyed was a German wine, Liebfraumilch, um, Blue Nun. I enjoyed Blue Nun. White wine, yeah, white wine's okay. Yeah, it's more refreshing. White wine. I mean, I do like. I polished my beers off last night. That's why I'm on the wine. Hmm. So yes, I was explaining to those who weren't here before. My guest hunting is slowing down. I have a guest for the end of the month. You saw her briefly on the anniversary show a couple of weeks ago, Sandy. I've got to write questions for her actually, and then I'm definitely still going to try and get Shinichi on, but obviously he's out and about in Singapore at the moment, and that would be good. I'd really like to get Shinichi on and. The same wine as you had as a teenager, Liebfraumilch. Well, yes, me too. It's very, very drinkable. It's kind of like, yeah, it's not quite Thunderbird wine. Hello, the sun's coming out. I'm getting brighter and brighter. Orange wine. Orange wine. I'm not quite sure about that. Plum wine. Hey, mate. How's everything in Finland? We were just discussing um, Zen Buddhist love poetry, as you do on this show, and what wines we like. You wouldn't drink it anymore. Well, yeah. I mean, now I've developed a taste for sort of slightly more refined wines. Occasionally I go back to it, but it's like drinking fruit juice. It's very sweet. Mm. You get unwanted guests if you keep your window open. Yeah, well, in Finland, I can imagine that will be insects in New York. That could be something completely different. Ones with many legs. No, I won't go there. I won't go there. No, 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 no. Hey, blimey. It's Radri. Hello, Radri. And Kiki, if she's there. Hello, Kiki. Like kittens. Unwanted guests like kittens. That's right, Nosh. Yes. It's very innocent. My teenage year. Oh, dearie me. Yes. Teenage years. I can remember one New Year's Eve back when I'd hit almost the legal age for drinking, and my parents decided they were going to go out and have a New Year's Eve party, and obviously I was not old enough to go out on my own, so it left me at home with a bottle of cider, and I got blasted watching The Doors and The Residents on the old Grey Whistle Test, which is an old pop show on. Have you ever had Scrumpy, Janina? Which is like the sort of proper sort of raw cider, not the filtered stuff. My youngest son had some, and we went to an old 17th century pub not far from where my parents live, and my youngest son doesn't like bitter things, so we ordered cider, and they came with this like cloudy looking. said it said it looked and tasted like horse pee. I don't know how it knows whether it tasted like horse pee. Hi, Robert. Yeah, it kind of messes up your workings, Scrumpy. Yeah. It's good though. It has the desired effect. I mean, Strong Zero has the desired effect as well. Washing dishes while watching my live stream. There we are. I'm honoured. I like that. I like that. Was it you, May, that said you were watching me in the bath? Somebody said they were watching me in the bath. No, it was you, Tomo. Right? You watched me in the bath the other week. That's good. Woodpecker, yes. Woodpecker cider. Yeah. Good old days. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was actually a bottle, like a 2 liter plastic bottle of woodpecker cider. And my sister was there as well, and she was only like how old was she? She was born in 70. Yeah, she was only like 14 or something. Wasted. Oh dear. Good fun. Ye 1980s. They still have it. Woodpecker cider. Yes. Are you in the UK, Janina? I can't remember. I'm going to keep track of where everybody is in the world. Direct blindness may result. Okay. Zima. Is that? I mean, what's that? It sounds like hooch. Toronto. You can get woodpecker cider in Toronto. Oh, I keep changing my. It's all right having this webcam, but its color balance keeps flipping. I'm going from. I don't know if you're noticing it, but I'm going from red to yellow, like a blue traffic light. There you are, Janina, a fellow Canuck. You can get anything you want in Toronto. Not like Belgium. You can't get everything you want in Belgium. Cheap flights to Japan, you can't. Although, having said that, one of my classmates from the Japanese class, uh, he recently came back. He went in March to Japan and got a ticket uh, for about €400, and that was a flight to London, then from London to somewhere to China, and then from China to Japan. But that's pretty cheap. Ah, yes. It comes the Zima comes packaged with fax machine, fax machine with built-in Zima wine cooler. You saw it in the shop in London. Okay, and you got all nostalgic. I actually haven't had woodpecker cider for a long, long time. Maybe when I'm going back to England in this summer as usual, and so I may partake. Yeah. Fortunately, usually I pop into Stratford upon Avon to see my one of my friends there on the way up to my parents, and I have sometimes some alcohol on the way, but I may have to be good. I've never been on. I'm trying to think. Have I been on a British Airways plane? I think I might have once been on a British Airways flight to Italy. That was my first time I ever flew. But and I can't remember. I flew once to Tobago, and I can't remember what airline that was. Pomane, yeah. 10 years old and wasted. Okay, that would have been funny. Teachers going back to class. "Oh, what's wrong with the children? Hello, miss. Hello. Yes, teachers are not always up on the latest things, are they? Hang on. Wait. You've confused me now, Janina. We are stopping at London after this holiday in Toronto. Wait a minute. So you're currently in Toronto, but don't live there, and you're stopping at London. To where are you from? Actually, okay. Nosh was 18. He drank a beer, uh, 3/4 liter bottle of Jagermeister, and some vodka. That sounds like me when I was about that age, going to parties. I remember being up in a tree, being sick at some party or other. I just went in and got a glass and just filled it with whatever was there. Yes, you do that. Teenage parties. Dear me. And we walked back to where we were stopping in a caravan, me and my mates. We walked back along the railway lines because it was straight. We could follow them. Oh dear. And I remember one time I was in the back of a Mini. Do you know Minis? Sort of the British car, the Mini. But it was a Mini, like a Mini estate, Mini sort of pickup thing, and inhaling. We were inhaling a certain thing through a plastic bottle filled with water, and had to duck down because the police car went past. Dear me. Oh, a long time ago. But now I'm grown up, and I just do this at the weekend. Dear me. Did you go to any wild parties, Tomo, when you were younger? May the Mediator as well. Oh my God. San Francisco school children inject oranges with alcohol. I think that it was a minivan, which is basically an estate without windows in the back. Why not? Why not what? Tomo? Why not? Is that why not? Let's get drunk. Drunk dishwashing. Yeah, I think it's 18 in the UK. But I can remember the first time I bought beer, or I was actually sent. Simon, go on, you go and ask. You do it. You do it. Don't know why. I don't know. I don't didn't look particularly older than anybody else. I think I took my glasses off and sauntered up to the pub, the bar, and put on my deepest voice. 3 bottles of beer, please. What's a wild party? Yeah, yeah. It's a good question. I mean, I have to think back a long, long, long time to remember what they were like. 3 bottles, yeah, not for me, but for me and my mates. Sort of, it was school, and there was a party at school, and so they'd asked me to go into the pub and get these beers. And I came back. The woman at the bar didn't question my age. She sold me the beers in bottles. I said it's to take out, and I took them out. I was like, "Hey, whoa, did it?" Fortunately, there was no bottle openers. So none of us had bottle openers. So we had to smash the tops off the bottles. You went to a bar every weekend when you were young. Yeah, yeah, we all did. I think some of us still do, except me. Tequilas. Good grief. Okay. Yeah, I think I was about 16 when I first went into a pub. My parents actually gave me pound pocket money. Here, you take this. You could get a lot. You could get 2 pints of beer with a pound when I was young. Hey, Jackie, we're talking alcohol. When did you first get drunk, Jackie? Quickly, reply before you have to go. Menorca. No, no. When I was who's that? Is that me? No, Instagram. Oh, my favorite classical guitarist has just posted a photo. When I was young, we went to relatives in England and things like that for holidays. Okay, Robert. Cassette tapes. Hey, Mindy's mom. We're at the moment we've gone from Zen Buddhist love poetry to when we all first got drunk. When did you first get drunk, Mindy's mom? Hi, Ty. Oh no, it was nice to see you actually on Shinichi's Instagram live as well, Mindy's mom. So now you've had your first live experience. I can send you a link. Did I read your answer? Well, hang on. Did I read which answer? Hmm. Did I go to Menorca for holidays? I do. You have to write it again, Janina. Rubbed your drunken aura. you measured it, Tomo. Okay. Oh dear. Right. No, I didn't see that. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, I've got it funny. Cardiff. You fit. Oh, that's right. You're in the same. You're. Okay. Right. That's a complicated arrangement. Family arrangement. Lots of travelling to see your relatives. May the mediator say hello to Janina in Finnish. You could have a meetup. Exactly 250 milliliters. It's just you have to wash the dishes or yourself. I had a shower before the show, so I'm all right. There we are. This is the first time I've seen Finnish in comments. Yoko Shibata sang a Finnish song. If anybody watches Yoko Shibata on YouTube, she likes Finland as well. Both. I'm now no. I'm trying to imagine Tomo washing the dishes and having a bath at the same time. Nosh with long hair and without a beard. It's almost as difficult to imagine as me with long hair and a beard, which I didn't have when I was younger. You know a song about Finland. Are you ready? Are you ready, Dibble? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Finland, 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 Finland. Is it that song? Monty Python. Well, I suppose you could call it cool. Yes, Tomo. I mean, it was in my. Right, I'm fed up of shaving and having a haircut stage of life. It's a place where I'd like to be. If you'd like to know more about Finland, please contact. Please contact Janina and May. They will tell you all about it. My favourite Welsh comedian is Eddie Izzard. Do you know Eddie Izzard, Janina? I've been watching his stuff recently again on YouTube. So yeah, Jackie, we still didn't find out when you first got drunk. You shall tell us later. I'm not a fan of shaving. This is why I've got hairy chest and hairy legs. I shall let you wash. Don't mix up your washing liquid with your soap. That's all. Your washing up liquid. My dad, he'll never forgive me for this. Once mixed up bath salts with washing powder. You love Mr. Fluffy. Mr. Fluffy. Mr. Fluffy. I won't go there either. No. Gabriel Iglesias. Hang on. No. Gabriel Iglesias. Is that no, who's that? Who's Fluffy is great. There's a lot of ladies in the audience. What is Fluffy? Okay. Yeah, sensitive skin. Once upon a time, everybody just used soap. Now it's soap for this, soap with that ingredient. Does this for you, does that for you. I once watched a Billy Connolly sketch. Anybody know Billy Connolly? where he goes about shampoo, jojoba shampoo. What the fuck? When I was young, I just used soap. Gabriel Iglesias is Fluffy. Yeah, you've lost me. I'm going to have to Google all this afterwards. Sent me a link on Facebook. I've not got it open. Have I got it open? Hang on. Sent me a link on Facebook. Nothing has gone bloop yet. Or what you're not perhaps talking to me, perhaps talking to somebody else. I'm sorry. Yes, I should have actually got some more of Taishin's poems to read. And but there's probably plenty if I searched in Japanese, but I've been searching in English, and you only get people quoting the poems in English. Hang on, Mindy Gabriel Iglesias performed at Mindy's mom's wedding. We need to get to know Mindy's mom. She knows famous people. Okay. Ah, I hear a bloop. That is May. Mark, road trip. Oh, hang on. Oh, I'm confusing Mark with May. Let's have a look. Oh, if I click that now, it'll all Mark Iglesias. I mean Gabriel Iglesias. Slightly different to Julio Iglesias from the thumbnail picture I see here. Julio Iglesias. Yes, is probably Englandese. How am I? Not quite three sheets to the wind. We were discussing earlier Zen Buddhist love poetry from the 18th century, and when we all first got wasted. Um, hey, Light, your live is after this. Your live will be sober and educative, probably. We're we're good. I'm very good now. All you guys are here. I was beginning to worry that I would be sitting here talking to a television screen on my own. So, Light, when was the first time you got wasted? Yes. You were 9. Did you go to the same school as Dibble and have pomaine? Ooh, I've just spat at the screen. Pomaine to drink. Oh, hang on. I got to scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up for Mindy's mom when she first got drunk. 17. Yeah, we all seem to get. I didn't get violently ill when I first got drunk. I don't remember. And my friend did. My best friend in England. But that was largely due to another friend of ours. He'd made some homebrew, and my friend who got ill didn't really like the taste of beer. And my friend's homebrew was quite sweet because it was homebrew, and all the sugar had not quite turned to alcohol, kind of thing. But it was also very cloudy beer, and I remember we were in my bedroom and we were drinking all this, and my bedroom was like two stories up, and I quickly opened the window, and after drinking a few of these, and it wasn't 250 milliliters. I can't remember how much it was, but the garage roof was covered with technical yawn, and but my friend he managed to hold it down, which was unfortunate because the next day I got a call from his mum, and she said, "What were you drinking last night?" David's in hospital. He had a very bad reaction to the homebrew, and had to be on a drip and everything. Sweet rosé. I'm not. Oh, sorry, I wasn't looking at the comments. I'm lost now. Ah, your grandmother left a can of Stella out. Okay. Cloudy beer is evil. Yes, it is, really. Cloudy cider just like makes you go to the toilet in the wrong way. But cloudy beer can be dangerous. was witness to my friend. Yes, innocent days. Yes, yes, you do. That first lightheadedness is a great feeling. Moonshine. Let's get it. I'm getting a bit tired of Nihonbashi on a loop. Let's go back to just to my room. So I did have it all set up to go. I was going to go and wander outside. But it's actually the clouds are clearing now, but a bit like the other week where I was wandering up and downstairs randomly. As two people in one hangout. I would have done that a similar sort of thing. And I figured a way by splitting the screen on this, I could probably see your comments. I was up till 1 o'clock in the morning figuring that out and making the advert for this show. Ah, right. That's a long time ago, Janina. I think I was 6 or 7. I've actually forgotten the very first name. She kissed me on the neck in the playground when I was 7. And her brother, I remember, came and told me to stay away from her. But the one after that, I do remember her name. When I was about 10, and she ended up going to a different high school because she apparently went to church, and it was in the high school you had to do exams to get into the various high schools, and my results were borderline, and so I went to a different high school because I didn't go to church. And she went to this other one. Her name was Stephanie Howarth. Probably not that now, and goodness knows what she looks like. But I was besotted with Stephanie Howarth. So romantic, yes. Unfortunately, I never told her. The nearest I got to finding out whether she felt anything from me was like 2 of her friends were skipping around the playground, sort of saying, Stephanie likes Simon, Stephanie likes Simon, or something like that. And but I didn't dare to tell her in person. I wish I had. But we moved house not too long after that. But then again, she went to a different school, and then I fell in love with the girl in my class with very long hair called Melissa Elliott. I was about 12 or 13. But she turned out already to have a boyfriend, which is unfortunate. The list goes on, but I shall stop there. Oh dear. What if I saw her again? That's good. I often think of the girls that I was in love with, whether if I saw them again, what they would look like at 53. I wonder whether they would recognize me. I'm going to have to put my old glasses back on, dye my hair a bit, but I look more or less the same. Apart from the shorts and the sandals. And that's good going. Unfortunately, there's no music with this show. I mean, sometimes you can. Yes, we all age. Yes, it's inevitable. But as I was talking before, this Zen Buddhist poet lived in a hut, in that hut in the middle of nowhere, 70 years old, and he meets a 29-year-old Buddhist nun, and because I mean, looking at drawings of him, I mean, he wasn't exactly God's gift, and she was apparently a renowned beauty, despite being a nun. Hey, Frederick. Sorry, I forgot to spam you, Frederick, but I mean, the link was in the advert and all that business. So how was the music festival last week? One day, Frederick, one day I'll with the possibly the assistance of Tabby Eats, we'll get Isan on the show, and then I'll get you on. Oh, do you know Frederick as well, Mindy? Well, I saw your message. I don't know why you retracted it. Dibble, but yeah. Ah. Yeah, this is kind of a random. This is just me chilling, as it says in the uchi de mattari. Mattari is actually stems from being lazy. It's Japanese for being lazy, but it's used currently. It's a current slang, Japanese slang for chilling. There you are, Frederick. New fan, Mindy's mom. Ah, okay. When I'm typing on my phone, Dibble, it's a nightmare. I got my thumb is too big for the keyboard, and I just give up. And people just get endless messages with typos. I do notice actually. Hey, Bilko, nice to see you. This is the the older generation YouTube hangouts, like Drew's and Shinichi's. Shinichi has some younger people, but Drew, I noticed Drew and me. Mark. Okay, Mark. It's easier. Mattari means slowly. Yeah, and kind of like relaxed. Uchi de mattari. I like that. Nobody believes him when he tells that he knows Santa and that Santa owes everything to Die Totenhosen. This last one of the show, because I've got to drive after this. Well, I've got to take all this computer stuff back upstairs. 14. Oh, right. 14. So the online version. Okay. I wondered about getting 15. 13 was yeah. I mean, was a potato, to use internet slang. My favorite is 8. I've played 200 hours on 8. I've got the book, done all the quests, got everything. High-level business owners. Hello, high-level business owners. We're talking Zen Buddhist love poetry and getting wasted. Whether this will help you in your careers, I don't know. Where are we heading off to? Where am I heading off to? I'm just going to pick up my son, my youngest son, from his mother's every week. My oldest son hangs out at some friends, then turns up late at night. Santa was from the USA. Santa Claus is, yes, it went to the USA via Holland. Sinterklaas, Santa Claus. All right. So people who I'm watched by high level business people. Okay. I should have to be on my best behavior, not sit in a tree and throw up. How many sons and wives do I? I have one ex-wife, and 2 sons. I'm just waiting for responses now. It's like, oh dear. So next week, folks, next week, it could be the same again. Next week, I just may be forced to go out and talk to my phone on my gimbal, and might be able to see it if I set it up. The trouble is, if I the way I've got it set up is that, like Robert told me, you can set the Hangout going and join on your phone, and I've got split screen on my phone, so I'll be able to see the comments if I opened YouTube. But that means starting the Hangout and then going downstairs, getting in my car, driving somewhere, joining, and while my computer is going at home on its own, and I'm like an hour down the road at some scenic location. It's a bit awkward. I think I've seen a picture of your son, Mindy's mum. Yeah, mine are 20 and 18. Simon the 8th. Girlfriends. I had one girlfriend that became my wife, and one girlfriend after that. Chinese video artist. Well, this lady here is also a grandmother. And she's slightly older than me in that photograph. I'm still trying to figure out what. Simon the 8th. Is that in reference to Final Fantasy 8? Yeah, good. I mean, soon they'll be able to fly the nest. That's all. That's all what? Yes, I'm afraid so. I told you. I mean, I have a long list of unrequited love from the age of 7 to the age of 28. Then after that, sort of 40. How old was I? 40. 46 was the time when I had my second girlfriend. '24 and 26. Gone quiet. I've gone quiet. Sorry. I'm just like drifting off. I'm chilling out and drifting off. So what are you all up to? Oh, I've got a long weekend ahead. Did anybody see my Onomichi video, by the way? I mean, I imagine quite a few of you, being dedicated followers, will have seen my Onomichi video, which I coupled together after having sat on my computer for a long time. But the question is, it's related to the fact that this Monday it's a bank holiday here. So what I used to do on my channel before it was called Simon no茶の間, I used to make videos, and I used to go out on bank holidays and sort of make a record of where I went to, usually a picturesque place, and then come back and edit it and post it. And would you be interested? Would I get plenty of views if I did that? Because I thought with the number of views I was getting with the live stream, that if I posted a video, it would um, it would get or a similar number of views, but it's struggling. I mean, it's not a fantastic video, but it's Japan, and it's a nice place in Japan, and it's me in Japan. So I mean, I'm obviously not ticking the right boxes or something. But yeah, Monday I could be going out, as is my wont, to a place somewhere in Belgium. Ah, yes, your husband had surgery. I remember. Yeah, yeah. Hope he's feeling better now. The walkabouts, yeah, I miss doing the walkabouts. I mean, what I liked about the walkabouts was I could talk to you lot at the same time. Um, you know, but now if I do a walkabout, it'll just be me blithering on, um, which I can do, as you can as you can see. but um, but I won't be able to respond to any comments. Yes, my knees. I mean, luckily now my knees are okay. But when I was a teenager, my knees would sometimes go out of joint. Back to Belgium. Hang on, Mark. Back to Belgium. You've been to Belgium. You say nature behind Simon. These are my plants and my Japanese friends. So yes, so next week, folks, it's a mystery. It's a mystery to you. It's a mystery to me. Uh, I shall once more attempt to find a guest. I have to write questions for the guest that Mandy found for me, and a guitarist in Kawasaki, and he may join later in the year. And I have to write questions for Sandy Sky Voice, who'll be joining at the end of the month. So that leaves the what have we, the 15th and the 22nd. So I may attempt to try and get a difficult being here 9,000 miles from anywhere to get guests from 9,000 miles away. Yeah, this is this sort of dark brown color that was here when here when I rented the apartment. So it's quite sort of cool. When am I going back to Japan? Hopefully 2020. This year I haven't got enough overtime, and I haven't saved up enough money. Um, the overtime is what I use. I can take it as holiday, and I've told them at work, please carry over my overtime from this year, which is not a lot, to next year. So because they let me take time off with using my overtime, which is nice. Damp down, yeah, damp down was quite intense. That was this is the relaxed, the chill uh, hangout. But yeah, I mean, because Yui-san from Dap Dan really enjoyed his the first time that he was on the show when he was with Imaginary Machete Swinger, my friends Chuck and Sogo, and he was quite keen to come back on. That sounds painful, May. Yeah, yeah, my knees would go out of joint, and going out of joint didn't hurt. It's putting it back into joint that hurt. Normally, Janina, well, for example, last year when I went, 2018, I'd saved up enough for 3 weeks of um, a holiday in overtime, and I had a little bit spare as well because I work part time, like 30 hours a week. Quite often, the work that I do involves sort of helping builders and helping and that kind of thing. So when I do that, I quickly make uh, extra time, which I then save up. But it's been a bit quiet, very quiet at work recently. And consequently, the not a lot of overtime has been saved. Ooh, well, that's what I sound like without my earphones in. Okay. I should better not drink this because I'm going to have to go soon. I'm enjoying myself here. I'm really glad you guys are here, chilling out with me. Are you all wrinkly now, Tomo? In the bath? Eh? Hang on, I'm going to. Third time your husband was hit. Auf Wiedersehen, pet. Bye. All right. Everybody, Tomo has just arrived at the bath. We're all with you, Tomo. Yeah, Auf Wiedersehen, Pep. Used to watch that with my parents. Yeah, that's good. Wayne and Barry and Bomber. Gives a job. Gives a job. I can do that. Oh, I drunk it. Ah. Yes, if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, Auf Wiedersehen, Pet, just look that up on YouTube. British series about sort of jobbing builders who were went to Germany. Right. Well, it's getting on, and I think maybe Nosh has nodded off because it's very early there in the morning. He's been at streams indefinitely. I don't know whether it's a holiday day, this holiday weekend, but I mean, I was up. God, what was that? I woke up at 5 o'clock, and then I went to Shinichi's stream. Well, I'm not sure, Robert. Once a week is good for me. It's good for me. Yeah, I mean, when I come home from work, I'm not in the mood really to go on. I mean, that sort of thing. So yeah, once a week, folks. Unless it's a special occasion like my anniversary, and then I'll do 2 streams, one after the other. But so next week, hopefully, I'll see you all again. Ah, thank you, Robert. Yes. I mean, Oba-chan's class watched it 3 times, my Onamichi vlog, because it made her all nostalgic and she enjoyed it very much. So I may this Monday go out and make a video, and you may see the results of that if I get my finger out and put it all together. or you may not, depending on motivation. But next week, I may or may not have a guest. I may or not be here again, or I may be wandering about talking to my phone, not seeing anybody responding. You never know. But thank you all for joining. And you've made my weekend, I have to say. It's been a pleasure. And I'll see you all again next week. Hello, someone's blue. All right, hang on. Okay, see you guys. Thanks for joining. I'll see you all again next week.